Live from Ventnor, New Jersey, 7 p.m. on Saturday, November 6th. I'm back, and I'm not really better than ever, but I'm back.
He's getting better. How you doing, Pops?
I'm feeling better. I don't feel 100%, but I'm feeling better. A little draggy. The head's a little foggy, but I think I can get through another show.
Let's do a quick roll call here. We've got Alberto. We are off to a rough start. Alberto.
Yes.
RWD, please one, asking if you're feeling better. Thanks for giving
Yes, I
him
am.
the
Thank you.
update. Charger Man, we got the booster shot and a flu shot all
in the same
time.
right arm. Yeah. Don't recommend it.
Pete Christie, not in the same arm and at the same time. We do recommend.
I recommend the shot, but not
both shots. Yeah,
but not necessarily in the same arm at the same time.
Pete Christie, looks like a long and winding road. Yeah, we're going to talk about what it looks like after all this happens. Sandy Hicks, good evening, everyone. So happy Ray's back and feeling better. Matthew's in the house here. The Alaska Sound guy. I recognize that name.
Me too. And Alex, I got to tell you, I don't turn the heat on in my condo. It's a little chilly, so I can't be wearing the car poopy shirt tonight because, well, it's a short sleeve shirt. And, Ray's a wuss.
Jeannie W., howdy from Virginia. Kimberly Klein, howdy from the other Virginia.
The West Virginia.
We got Brad King doing an elbow cough. We've got Space in the house tonight. Diesel Tech 139. How do you pronounce that, Pops? Professor X.
Yeah.
Anaphylaxis. Stiggs McQueen, how are you guys doing? I think we're doing good.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're waking up. You're waking up.
Yeah. Don't worry. I'm not drinking anything hard tonight other than water.
Steve S. is in the house with a cute old pup. Wow.
Yeah.
Matt's in the chat. Car poopy.
Yeah.
Sky Flyer. Igor. We got to give Igor a
yes.
And also, yes, we also love the Pitt sweatshirt. My sister's husband now was a Pitt alum, and I did 1 year of undergrad there.
1.5.
Igor, thank you for coming on the show yesterday, Igor.
Yes. I personally would like to thank you. I'm
going to raise this late while you're...
That was so kind and gracious of you to take some time out of your day, because I was stupid enough to get, 2 shots in my right arm at the same time. But it was a pleasure. I listened to the show yesterday. Well, when I woke up at about 3:00, I listened to the show, and you were just so kind of you to be on the show. I can't thank you enough, my friend.
It was nice having Phil on the show as well. And yes, Igor, thank you.
Yes.
Brad King saying cars are on sale.
May I say something?
Brad King's not right.
Cars are on sale now. Maybe in Mongolia, but certainly not the United States. But can I say one thing?
Yeah, it's your show, man.
Man, that Phil makes a good-looking dad.
Honestly, I was thinking the same thing. I was really...
You know what surprised me?
Huh.
That not once did I hear, down goes Shevska yesterday.
Okay, I think he queued it up, so why don't we...
Yeah.
Do you want to... You can... Yeah, just here you go. All right, you got it.
Say, I can't even
here you
get
go.
the headphones
You got
up.
it. You got it. You good?
No.
You got it?
Good.
Jeez.
Fix this thing. There we go.
You ready? That's the wrong one.
Show me.
Nope.
Down goes Shevska. Down goes Shevska. And I was down for the count yesterday, ladies and gentlemen. I took I don't know. It's like the booster shot and the flu shot was George Foreman. I was Joe Frazier. I was knocked flat on my tuchus. I don't know, 3 or 4 times before I just stayed down.
Sweet Mace saying hi. Legit taking videos on your videos right now. Don't know what that means, but that sounds cool.
That
sounds like a little
cool.
video inception action.
Yes.
So tonight, just to set the tone, we're going to keep seeing who's doing a bit of a YAA community roll call. Excuse me. What we're going to do tonight, Pops, is the title of tonight's...
What is the title?
I've got so much to surprise my dad with. We're back together. It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
The long road to recovery. What's going to happen? No one's talking about what happens after all this. This being, we had the chip shortage. We've got the
potential aluminum shortage.
Well, we've got the magnesium shortage,
which will cause the aluminum shortage. Yeah.
Which will cause even more of a car shortage.
Yeah.
But no one needs to know about that.
No.
But what happens after all this, especially in the midst of an environment with such inflation and things like that? I thought we could have a bit of a discussion about that and kind of cue that up for the community and share our thoughts. And I also have a few other things I want to talk about. We're seeing some really interesting and scary tactics coming out of the dealership world right now. I've got a new one for you that came off the community forum, and I already talked.
I think I might have seen that one.
You might have seen this one. Okay.
Yeah.
It let's just say it frosts Miss Kimberly Klein's cookies. It
If she
frosted
had
Spaces
it
cookies.
would frost her. It certainly
Phil's cookies.
It frosted my cookies when I read it. I mean, you talk about some dirty, underhanded poo-poo.
So we're going to talk about that, a dealer tactic that we've now seen. And I want to do a bit of a roll call to the community. If you're seeing anything like this, to send it in to us, because we're likely going to make a PSA video about this. It's definitely not right. And maybe we can get some traction around that and get someone in an authority position to do something about it. And then I've got a fun game I want to play.
Oh my God.
A game that I actually think will really help the community. We're in this environment where trying to buy or lease a car right now is really, really hard.
I've heard that.
But someone who is trying to buy or lease, the best thing that we can do is we got some new access to incentives data that is really, 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 really accurate and really, really helpful.
As opposed to the inaccurate incentive data we used in the past?
Well, just that was aggregate incentive data. And now someone in the chat later on when we get to this segment, if you give us the vehicle that you're looking for, your make, model, trim, and also I think we might need a zip code, but we'll be able to run and pull up on the screen the incentives, all the incentives that are applicable in your area. So we'll do some of that to help people as well.
Very cool.
Okay. Justice
Mike
is also
Dean's in the
chat.
House too.
Justice is in the hat.
Justice is in the house.
Mike Dean is in the chat. Thanks for being here, Mike. Juan's here. We've got Shumpy here from Delco. Melissa's here. It's a beautiful thing. I really, really love
Shumpy
it.
from Delco. It doesn't get much better than that.
It really does. And we had someone from Twitch.
Hey, Shumpy, do you ever go to the Nick's Roast Beef in Springfield on Woodland Avenue for their beef combos? Because if you haven't, you need to get over there. They're the best.
So, Pops, I need you to vamp.
Can we bill Nick's for that? Do you think? I mean, we're influencers to a small degree.
Dad, use that word lightly.
I do,
like very lightly.
Yeah, but it would be nice. Like maybe if they invited us in for a free beef combo or something the next time I go visit Uncle Ken.
Okay, so
whose birthday, by the way, is coming up on the 20th of this month, and Uncle Ken will be 79 years old.
Okay, so I need to see if I can do this in a way that doesn't like totally. You know what? We're just doing it. We're freaking doing it. We're doing it. RWD, please put in the chat 2022 Alfa Romeo Giulia Sprint, which is not an option. So I think you meant like Sport or something in 48187.
So yeah,
48. Wait, give me a second. 48187.
Okay,
and we'll do that for the dealers.
Yeah, might as well make the dealership code the same.
All right, dealers. Yeah. Okay. Here's the deal, gang. We recently, and this stream can't go viral. This stream can't, because I don't know if I'm allowed to do this, but I'm gonna do it anyway because this is what we do here. We got access to like this super accurate rebate stuff. So here it is for that Alfa Romeo Giulia 2022.
Yeah,
I could choose like, I don't know. Let's do this one, and it'll update all the different currently active programs,
which aren't a lot.
But let's see if it's a lease, because this is a retail. Let's see if it's a lease. So if it's a lease right now, there's a $500 first responder, $500 military cash, and a returning lessee.
Yeah.
So there's really not much. But one of the things that we can do here is like actually see, where was it?
Dealership rewards programs. Are there any others?
I'm trying to. Where's that? This
right there.
So here are all the 7. So you can see we have like all the highly specific data for all of the incentives now.
Are we paying for this?
Shh. Yeah, we're paying for it. Yeah.
Good.
You paying for it?
Well, I'm sure I am.
Okay, so we have access to that. So anyway,
taken out of my paycheck.
You're getting me hot and bothered already. All right. So we have access to that. So we're going to come back to that later on in the show. I want to start with, though, Pops, what we were talking about a second ago.
Okay.
This dealership tactic, this latest and greatest dealership tactic that we've become aware of. You see it on you see it. Okay.
I saw
All right.
I saw it.
Let's run through it.
I got an email that said, even though I wasn't on Slack, something happened.
You ready?
And this is the most terrible, egregiously shady tactic I have seen in quite some time.
All right, it's a little bit long, gang, but I think it's worth it. Stick with me here, and you can see it's drummed up. Phil's in here, Roger, Kimberly. Like it's drummed up quite the conversation.
Let's just talk about the addendum that they added.
Well, so let's paint the picture. Let's paint the picture.
Okay.
Roger R. Since the beginning of October, I have been watching. I'm not gonna read the whole thing. Been watching pricing and availability of Tacoma TRD off-roads and 4Runner SR5 models. A local dealer had 3 4Runners in stock priced at sticker plus $1,000 market value adjustment. Same pricing scheme for the Tacomas. The dealer was offering a $2,000 price reduction on all vehicles if you use Toyota financing, which had a best interest rate of 5.9% and for a term of at least 72 months. And of course, you couldn't refinance in less than 6 months or the dealer would charge you the $2,000. Since I would be refinancing through my credit union at 2.5%, it was still a better deal to pay the additional interest for 6 months than refinance. So I put a deposit on a Tacoma that was going to be delivered in 10 days. The weekend before the Tacoma was to be delivered, the dealer marked down the 3 4Runner SR5s, and the base SR5 I was looking at was marked down from MSRP of $40,164 to $35,747. I asked what the catch was, and they said they needed to get them moved by the end of the month so Toyota would allocate more 4Runners to them. I ended up purchasing the vehicle and couldn't believe the price I got for the 4Runner. And Pops, I'm gonna press the button for you. I think it's the
There's not a big enough bull to make that much poop.
Yeah. After taking delivery of the vehicle and having driven several miles on the first day, I am going to read the whole thing now. I started hearing a low thumping sound near the front end with a very subtle vibration coming through the steering wheel, but not all the time and only at certain speeds. It sounded to me like it was coming from the front differential. Long story short, the Toyota tech consulted with Toyota Engineering, who ultimately told the dealership to not do anything with the vehicle or attempt any repairs until 2 Toyota engineers from Texas got there to inspect the vehicle firsthand. That's not pretty common.
No.
When they get there next Tuesday, I will have been out of my 4Runner for 2 weeks. It is my understanding that they've had differential issues before, and they want engineers to inspect the 4Runner with only 112 miles on it before anything is touched. I've had 2 Tacomas in the past and have 0 problems with them, and it is disappointing that I will be out of my 4Runner for at least 15 of the 17 days I've owned it. They've assured me they will make everything right, so I'm anxious to see what happens next week. This experience has not left me with a lot of confidence in the vehicle going forward. So I submitted a request to Vroom last week to see what they would offer. I had a very good experience and price paid for my Tacoma selling to Vroom last month. They didn't immediately give me an offer, but said they needed a couple of days to research the price they would offer me. And a couple of days later, their written offer was, you guessed it, $48,000.
Wow.
2 days later, they even called me to ask what my plans were if I was ready to sell it. I never got a call from Vroom when I sold them my 2018 Tacoma. I told them I'm still thinking about it, and they said they would call me again in a week. So they're obviously anxious to purchase the 4Runner. Once my 4Runner is made whole again, I'll decide what to do. So a few things in there. One is, sounds a little too good to be true on this part. And Toyota's quote-unquote best financing option was 5.9%, and I couldn't refinance in less than 6 months or the dealer would charge me $2,000. That stands out to you, correct?
Why? Because it's a lie?
So here we dug in a little bit deeper.
Okay.
The dealer has a discount refund agreement document that I signed that essentially states that if I pay off the loan inside of 6 months, I agree to pay them back the $2,000 within 14 days. Not something I would have agreed to had I not gotten the deal I did, nor had I known the experience I'm having now with the repairs. I will be asking to have this agreement voided as part of the compensation for being out of the vehicle for so long. So Space naturally asked, can you post a copy of the agreement? Our F&I expert, Kimberly Klein, can advise on how best to proceed. And Kimberly, next Friday on Kimberly's Corner, noon Eastern, we go live. She'll be joining us, and we're definitely going to spend some time talking about this. This also required loan terms of 5.99% interest, a minimum term of 72 months, and a maximum down payment of $3,500. I'm sure they are hoping you won't refinance after 6 months and end up paying a finance charge of $7,903.79. I can otherwise get a rate of 2.79% or lower from my credit union depending on the term. And essentially what we have here is
something I've never seen before.
And you did this for how long?
43 years.
And this is legitimately the first time you've ever seen anything like this.
I have never seen a dealer come up with a discount refund agreement. I have never heard of a dealer saying, in order to get this discount, you have to finance it for a minimum of 72 months. You can't put more than $3,500 down. And if you qualify, you have to pay 5.9% interest, at least for a minimum of 6 months. Never in my life have I heard of anything like that. Is it legal? I don't know. Would I consult an attorney? I very well might. At the very least, it's shady. It's unbecoming of any legitimate business to do anything like that at all. Last time I checked, when somebody was buying something and somebody was selling it, usually the one selling it didn't care how it was paid for, just that it was paid for. So, I can appreciate that they say they're giving you a discount because, well, you've agreed to pay them $2,000 too much for the financing over a 6-month period of time. But that's just not a legitimate way to do business. I know you like to talk about uh, uh, the long term,
The long game, yeah.
the long game versus the short game. This is a very short game way to look at it. Let's extract as much money as we can out of our customer, knowing full well that more than likely we will never have that person as a customer again. And I don't know, the way I think, and maybe I'm wrong. Apparently I am, but the way I always thought was that you're better off. It's cheaper to keep an existing customer than go out and replace an existing customer. So that you should try and do things that would encourage a customer to want to come back and do business with you again. This is not that at all.
And this is a new thing to watch out for.
Oh, apparently, yeah.
Like our responsibility is essentially to make you aware of not necessarily how to get like the best price or the best deal or the best anything, just to give you general awareness for what you could face.
Yes.
And you've done a hell of a job, and Kimberly's done a hell of a job in space, and it's literally been 40 plus years of your time. You've never seen a refund agreement that essentially states that you're going to pay for the chargeback if you refinance
in 14 days.
I think so.
I would love to see them sue somebody for that when you don't pay them in 14 days. I would love to see if it's even considered a legal and binding document.
So this is fascinating. So I'm going to share the screen really quick, and Edmark Toyota is the dealership in there in Nampa, Idaho. And I think what I'm going to do, so obviously here at YAA, like you all know this by now, we sell vehicle service contracts, extended warranties. So we have lawyers that I can tap into to ask them questions about making sure that we sell those legally, right? Like,
okay,
that's an expense we pay.
Yes.
Thank you to everyone who watches videos. We get ad revenue, and who sign up for the membership and buy the extended warranties. That's how we can pay for these lawyers. I'm going to ask him. I'm going to ask Nick. I'm going to send him this snippet from today. I'm going to ask him, and if I can even get him on the show, maybe he does a little snippet, or if he gives me something in writing that I can pull up one time.
How much does he charge per hour?
I don't want to say.
Maybe you don't want him on the show.
Maybe I don't want him. I forgot that he would bill us.
Yeah. He's,
they bill in 7-minute increments.
Well, can he say it in 7 minutes or less? Because I can't.
I'm going to ask Nick though, because seriously, this to me is a new one, and I wonder if it's legal.
I don't know that it is. I mean, you can craft anything into a document, and you can certainly make it sound like it's legal and binding. Whether it truly is legal and binding, I don't know. That's why we have courts and judges and things like that.
So we got to give Professor X, thank you for the thoughtful
or
donation.
Professor 10.
And Igor says, I would call corporate Toyota store and consult a good attorney because it sounds like a case and a big payout for that customer. Yeah, we don't, again, none of us here are lawyers. Maybe someone in the chat is, although calling corporate Toyota would be fascinating here. That is something that won't cost me as much as asking Nick to come on the show. Although I will email Nick, and we'll see if he
it's not necessarily
Toyota.
It's not necessarily Toyota.
No, but
it would be Toyota Motor Finance.
But just actually,
because that's who the loan's through.
But the dealer partner agreement is between Toyota and the dealership, and I want to ask Toyota and say, hey, is this how you expect your dealer partners?
And they're going to say no.
And I want that in writing.
And then what? So
and then we'll make a video about it.
So once they say no, we would prefer that our dealers don't operate in that manner.
Then I'm going to make a viral TikTok.
Oh my God, we're going viral.
These are the tools we have at our disposal.
Okay. I mean, listen, there isn't a manufacturer in the world that would want their dealer body operating like this. They just wouldn't. And so the manufacturer is going to say, oh, no, we don't condone anything like this. But they are independent businesses, and they can do, as long as they're not doing things that are out now illegal. Now, what we would really need to find out is how Toyota Motor Finance feels about it. Because by doing this, and in that agreement, it says Toyota Motor Finance, I believe.
Yeah.
So now they've tied Toyota Motor Finance into it, Toyota Credit. So whether or not they might want to be dragged into it is a different story.
I've been emailing with the car care nut. He is a gentleman. He's a Toyota master certified technician. Trying to get him on our show during the week. And I actually think I'd even throw this to him. Like, hey, you've worked on Toyotas your whole career. You ever heard of anything like this happening at a Toyota dealership? So we'll see if we can ask AMD that. But I mean, it's just nuts when we saw this, and Kimberly and Space in there to help, Phil in there to help. But it's just crazy.
It is so anti-consumer that it's frightening. That it begs the question of how does somebody's mind have to work so they can go, hey, here's an inventive way where we could rip some people off? I mean, and why would that person's mind even want to work that way? It's beyond me. You run these stores as an owner and as a manager, and you're a steward of that business. Your goal is to grow that business, is to develop a customer base, is to develop customer loyalty.
Preach,
and,
Pops.
and why anybody would think it would be in their best interest to do things like this that runs 180 degrees from customer loyalty is just beyond me. And I wouldn't want to suggest that he or she who came up with this idea should get their head examined, but they should get their head examined. It's just, I don't know. I mean, I've seen a lot of crappy things in 43 years. Okay. I've had people sit at my desk and say, well, they wouldn't let me out of the dealership, and they told me it was a finance deal, and it turns out that I signed for a 60-month lease. That's pretty crappy. Okay. But this is like, hey, we're telling you right up front, you do anything, we want $2,000 in 14 days. You know what? Eskimos want heat. Okay. It's pretty simple. Let's see if you can even get it from us.
Let's switch gears.
Okay.
And if anyone has a similar story or a similar experience, or if you know somebody who has, please tell us. You can email us. You can post it back on the community forum. We've got Brad King saying it's time for incentives.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
In the chat, live here on the show.
Yeah.
We need to know the year, make, model, and trim. And if you want,
well, if it's going to be an incentive, it's going to have to be a new car. Although there could be some pre-owned car incentives for certified.
But 20.
Yeah, you need
2021 or 2022.
Yeah, I doubt that there's any incentives left on 2020s.
And the zip code. Your zip code would be helpful as well. We'll do this. Let's do this for the next, 2 hours.
Until we decide not to do it anymore.
3 hours?
I got a booster the other day. I might last another 10 or 15 minutes.
JC says, why doesn't the dealer just purchase the cars and sell them to Vroom for a profit? I think they're thinking the same thing right now.
Well, they very well might.
You used to work for, when you worked at Penske, and if we see, I'm waiting for one to pop in the chat here. When you worked at Penske, you weren't allowed to, you said, sell for over MSRP on new vehicles. So you guys would write them. How would you do this? You'd make them used vehicles.
Yeah, they'd sell them to their own leasing company, and
then they're used.
Then they have them titled, and then they're pre-owned. And I mean, we didn't do it on any of the Acuras, but I'm not going to sit here and tell you it didn't happen on some of the hard to get Porsches and stuff. That's how they get around selling over MSRP. They turn them into used cars. And if I'm not mistaken, we saw the other day that some dealership, and I believe it might have been in Texas, I'm not sure where. Maybe it was in Texas.
The one that wasn't even selling you a car unless you financed through them?
No. The one that had a pre-owned 2,700 mile Bronco for $135,000. Okay. That it was a first edition. So as a first edition, what was it? 55, 60,000, 50,000, who knows? But it wasn't anywhere near 135,000. So that might have been one of the ones where they used it as a demo, where they put it into the service loaner fleet, and then they took it out of service loaner fleet as a used car, and they could turn around and ask whatever they want for it. And somebody will probably be silly enough to pay it, unfortunately.
Likely, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we had in the chat, Pops, we had Lincoln Navigator Reserve, and we had the zip code 75503. This is for Nancy. All right, Nancy, let's take a quick peek. Drum roll, please.
Okay.
So here's the lease incentives right now. So we've got a Ford in-market owner direct offer. There's a bunch of different offers, actually.
Yeah.
Renewal direct offer, a lease conquest offer of $3,000.
Wow.
Conquest private offer for $3,000, and an in-market owner's direct offer. So it seems like one of these $3,000 lease incentives is probably going to be there for you.
Yes.
We can look into the specifics of it. Direct mail offer.
Yeah, that's a direct mail offer. So you have to have.
So I put your zip code in here, Nancy.
Yeah.
So be on the lookout for some direct mail pieces. So on the lease side, there's actually a lot of.
Yes.
I mean, they might not stack.
My guess is they don't.
They can't stack. Yeah. All right. And then let's see.
At that point, they're giving you the navigator.
And then on the retail side, there's the same offers.
Well, but that's including Lincoln off lease conquest offer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's some cash out there for you, Nancy.
Yeah.
I'd say $3,000 plus. Then you probably have your other ones, your
first responder, retired military, things of that nature.
Exactly. Yeah. Nancy says, "Thank you. You're welcome. Yeah. That's what we're here for.
That's what we're here for."
Wait, someone on Twitch. We got a Twitch limited trim.
Okay,
and
20. And then somebody, Big Apple voiceover.
Oh.
Was kind enough to.
There we go.
Yeah,
we're coming back to Twitch. Money over Twitch. Twitch over YouTube. YouTube over
rock
Tinder.
paper scissors. I mean,
I can't stand the suspense for us. Where is the light at the end of the tunnel? I won't be a victim by Toyota. I need a new 4Runner or Taco.
So
I'd go for tacos.
I'd go for tacos. But I'd wait till Tuesday because I hear that's when most Mexican places do a special on Taco Tuesdays.
85387. Give me a second here, gangs. That was a Hyundai Palisade, or was that a Kia Telluride? I always get it. Hyundai Palisade.
Yeah.
Hyundai. P is in Palisade.
Yeah, P is in Palisade.
2020.
2020
limited. Hey, I do what the people tell me, Pops.
Is it new?
Yeah, this is I think.
Well,
85387.
I can't imagine that anybody would have a new one sitting on their lot.
Well, let's see if they do.
Yeah.
There you go. There's the big fudge 250. We love you over on Twitch, but don't have too high expectations when it comes to incentives right now on the Hyundai Palisade.
Yeah.
You've got the college grad program, the first responders program, the military program, mobility assistance program. That's all on the retail side. Same thing on the lease side. Yeah, there's nothing. What about on a 2021? Let's see. We were saying limited. We'll do all-wheel drive. There's currently the same thing, aka nothing.
Yeah.
See if there's anything on the 20. I mean, there's no reason, but this kind of like shows it firsthand. Yeah, there are no incentives right now on the Hyundai
incentive
Palisade.
Is if you could find one, they would expect you to just go ahead and buy
it. Exactly. Pops, we got a very thoughtful donation here from Mark Pointer, wearing his race bib as well, and he's saying #1 fan.
Well, we could have a contest.
No. Well, how would we?
The bigger the
no, because that's no. We just talked about greed. Lol, a taco is a Tacoma. No, a taco is like it's in a tortilla or in a hard or soft shell.
Yeah, it could be a soft.
Typically with like a pico de gallo.
Oh, I love my pico.
Yeah, good pico de gallo.
So what was the question then? So forget
Thank
about
you, Big Apple voiceover.
Yeah.
We appreciate it.
Yeah. So forget about the Taco Tuesday.
Sweet Mace, who is making videos of our videos, which I still don't understand that. We've got a Jeep Wrangler Sahara 4xe. All right, let's check that out. Brad King says he's more of a burrito guy. Oh, we should probably do a poll now that we're back together. I could do polls.
Yeah, polls.
Sweet Mace. I think Sweet Mace likes me. That Zach, the way you said pico de gallo, I'm hurt. I don't know if. All right. Anyway, well, you'll like me when I give you these incentives. I have a girlfriend now. I probably should have said. I should have said that it's. She can I. All right, we're gonna give you your incentives in a second here. But look at this, Dad. Look what I was texted before. Look at this parallel park job she did.
Holy man!
Yeah, isn't that insane?
Yeah, it is. I mean, there's like 3 inches in the front and 3 inches. There's 6 inches in the front and 6 inches in the back.
Yeah.
That's pretty impressive.
And I can tell that's 6 inches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Very cool.
I hate myself. Okay,
Yeah.
sorry for the repeat comment. Jeep Wrangler Sahara. 4XC, I'm turning red. All right, Jeep Wrangler Sahara. Let's go. Jeep Wrangler Sahara. We'll do a 2021.
Was it a 2022 because it's the electric
Sahara.
version?
Let's see. Yeah, I guess it has to be. If it no, I don't know.
No, I don't know.
I don't see.
What was it? Go back to the.
It was Jeep Wrangler Sahara 4XC.
Okay.
I don't see that as an option. I guess there are no current incentives on it because I can't even pull anything up for it. That's disappointing. I'm just checking a Rubicon right now. Here, just to give you some context here, this is a Rubicon. Let me pull that off the screen.
Where's our buddy from the Jeep dealer in Long Island when we
Frank?
Need him? Yeah. Where's Frank when we need him?
Looks like there's an email offer out right now, lead intercept bonus cash, total loss direct offer.
Oh, that's always good.
Yeah, there's nothing on Wranglers right now. Dad, do you expect year end we're going to see any programs? Are we going to see the Lexus December to Remember, anything like that?
I think you'll see Lexus December to Remember. You just won't see huge incentives. You'll just see Lexus December to Remember. I think you'll see thematic advertisements. There's probably going to be very limited incentives, if there are any incentives at all. Most of these manufacturers at this point have figured out exactly how to sell cars without the marketing, without the incentives.
Yeah.
So I don't see that changing anytime soon. If they figured out that they can sell these cars without that, then why are they even for the end of the year, they'll advertise, they'll tell you to come in. There's never been a better time to buy other than a year ago or the year before that. Because you're not going to have the inventory to choose from that you've had in the past. So
I'm putting it in the chat. Space said it well. Post in the YA community and we'll do the best we can to help. And the YA community is just that. joinyaa.com/community.
I like that.
We're doing a few incentives here, but Space and the rest of the team back on the forum can help you and actually pull incentives there.
Well, at least somebody can.
Also, I just got a notification on my phone. The Car Care Nut is going live in 30 minutes over on his channel. So maybe at the top of the hour, I'll drop in there and make a little donation. So we, hopefully that gets greases the skillet.
Certainly, because he's frying his bacon.
Igor says winter event in December to Remember will be very rememberable for nothing. That's what we're expecting as well.
Yeah, well, yeah.
All right, Pops, we haven't done it in a long, long while. I know you're not feeling the greatest.
Come on, I could go another 20, 30, 40, 50 minutes if I had to.
Okay.
I couldn't go 15 rounds with Muhammad Ali. Okay. It wouldn't be the Thrilla in Manila, but
how did you just pronounce Manila?
The Thrilla in Manila.
Thrilla in Manila.
Yeah.
855-587-2886. We haven't done this in a hot minute.
It's been more than a hot minute.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
It'd be nice to talk to someone on the phone here.
Okay.
Well, and while you have that on, I can
make it ring.
I don't need to make
it ring. How somebody says make it rain, make it rain. Right?
And the phone should ring.
Apparently not.
I have all the.
Please, somebody call in.
Wait, make a joke. Make a joke.
I don't care who calls in. I don't care if it's the Grim Reaper. Please, somebody save us from ourselves.
Yeah, please, Dara, my sister.
Anybody.
If you're watching.
Yeah, anybody.
Viewership's going down. That's okay. But the phone calls, they're coming in.
Somewhere.
They're coming in hot.
And apparently not.
Extension 4.
Oh, my God. Thank God. Oh, dueling.
Hey, you're on with YAA. What's your name? Where are you from? What can we do to help?
Hey, this is Dave, Big Apple voiceover, calling from New York City.
Hey,
yeah, buddy.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, but hey, guys, I've been to at least 10 Toyota dealers in the last few days in the tri-state area, from 6,000 to 15,000. added on.
Oh my God.
They're
Wow.
nuts. They're nuts. Well, if you really want the TRD Pro, you're gonna have to. And I drive a Toyota 4Runner with not 400,000 on 97. Looks new.
Wow.
Well, listen, if you want it, you're gonna have to pay. You're gonna have to. And they smart. It's horrible.
Well,
but you guys are you're doing a great job. I really appreciate. And the car nut is awesome. The car nut, forget it. He's amazing. I mean, he knows his stuff. He'll tell you right out loud. Don't buy certain years. And I'm a big fan of his. But you guys are doing awesome. I really appreciate the great job you're doing. Is there a light at the end of the tunnel? I have no. It's just.
Well, you know what I always say about that light at the end of the tunnel? It's a damn oncoming train.
Like you said, it's better buy today than buy tomorrow. And I would never. I've had like 6 new Toyotas since '87, and I own 3 right now. I mean, my kid has a Tacoma, a Taco Tuesday. I love it.
Yeah, that was funny.
The boss has a RAV4, and I have the old 4Runner, and they, I've bought 7 cars from you. No, 7 cars actually from the dealership. Well, it doesn't matter. Maybe we can save you some money. You can do it $5,000 over MSRP. I was like, does that include PDI? They get all nervous when they hear that. They're like, really? And but I don't know. It's just terrible. There's got to be. It's like I'm probably law enforcement, and we, during the blackouts and stuff, we would people would get in trouble for selling cases of water for $50 or eggs, a dozen of eggs for 20, 30. It's the same thing. There's right now there's a big shortage. No one's controlling these guys, and they can do whatever they want to do. And some people are desperate. They just have to buy. But here's the difference, Dave, if I may. The difference is that eggs and water and food, those are necessities. Okay, nobody can live without that stuff, but anybody could live to a certain degree without a car. And for the dealers to be so short-sighted, to take someone like yourself who has purchased as many Toyotas from the dealership as you possibly have, and to say, okay, well, maybe we'll save you a couple $1,000s off of the additional dealer markup. I mean, it's crazy. How much money do they need to make off of a previous customer? Right. I tell a quick story. I was going to work for Toyota when I retired, and I know about cars. They were going to get me I was going to work in the as a service writer. I said, well, how much can you make? Well, depending how honest you want to be. I was like, between 60 and honest. What do you mean? There's levels of honesty. Well, I sit there in Toyota when I get my service on all the 24 months. Every senior citizen, well, you need new brakes. The winter's coming. Blah blah. That's $500. Well, sure. They don't need brakes. It's horrible. I mean, it's a crime. And I tell the service right, listen, what you do is a crime. You're taking advantage of these senior citizens. You get them nervous. The same story. It's terrible. But listen, I'll let you guys go. I'm taking up most of your show. I'm going to go back and listen. And I think you're great. Igor's awesome. I love his comments. I laugh. I watch this to laugh. I'm still in law enforcement, and I laugh. And also I have a company, Big Apple Voiceover. Anybody listening to my voice wants a voiceover at a reasonable price, mention YAA. I'm also a voice actor, audio engineer. I have to have a few jobs to pay $18,000 in taxes in Westchester County. It's unreal. But listen, the most important thing, huh? We all have an axe to bear, my friend. You're the one that chose to live in Westchester County. I have no other choice. Listen, man, I have a friend of mine that wants to meet you. She lives in New Jersey. She's crazy about you. She wants to. Every time you say you're single, she calls me. Do you know that guy? I said, listen, I don't know that guy. I'm a fan. I don't know him. She's crazy about you. She's dying to meet you. She's a former professor out of college. I won't mention it. She was like, oh, he's so handsome. I was like, yeah, I don't know. Email him. Get out of here. Leave me alone. Listen, I'll let you guys get her to the eye doctor. You have admirers out there. You have groupies. You don't realize it.
All right, Dave. Thank you so much for calling in. I think the connection. Yeah, I can't wait to take this
show on the road.
Oh, that was really something special. We've got Run Ray Run. All right, here we go. Johnny Rodriguez, thank you for the really thoughtful.
Thank you, Johnny. That was very kind.
We really, really, really appreciate it.
That makes you our new number one fan. I'm kidding.
855 587-2886.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was. 2886.
Oh
Yeah,
man, that
God,
was
that
funny.
was pretty good.
That was really,
Yeah.
really funny. All right, Sweet Mace is calling. Sweet Mace is calling.
Okay, well,
All
we're,
right.
we're waiting, Sweet Mace.
Pops is single and ready to mingle.
Oh my God.
I think there's a phone call.
Yeah.
You're on with YAA. What's your name? Where are you from? What can we do to help?
Yeah, how you doing? My name is Henry. I'm calling from Providence, Rhode Island.
Do you happen to be Sweet Mace from the chat?
No. So
Oh,
I was just
that's okay.
calling from Providence, Rhode Island. I'm on the live right
That's
now.
okay. Well, I'm not mad at you that you're not Sweet Mace.
What can we do for you, Henry?
Yeah. So actually, I work for a dealership. So I was looking at the MMR retention. I don't know. Maybe you guys can show that to your viewers on the live. From what I'm seeing, it looks like there's a slight downtrend in the wholesale prices at mine I'm right now. So maybe I think there's really a light at the end of the tunnel, to be honest, because I can see the slight downtrend. Maybe you can show that to the viewers.
Well,
also.
actually, I
So
don't
here,
think we
I
have.
actually-
Do we have access to MMR?
Here. Hang tight, gang.
Oh my
Hang
God.
tight, gang.
I know based on
Share
the
screen.
based
One
on
sec,
the
Pops.
Black Book data.
We got MMR. Mannheim Index shows historic wholesale price increase in October. This is from yesterday, Friday, November 4th. Wholesale used vehicle prices on a mix, mileage, and seasonally adjusted basis increased 9.2% month over month in October. This is on coxautoinc.com. This brought the Mannheim Used Vehicle Value Index to 223.7, a 38.1 increase from a year ago. Some of the monthly increase is a result of seasonal adjustments, as October typically sees above average vehicle depreciation and therefore used price declines. This October was the first October in the history of the Mannheim index data, which dates to 1997, which is around when I was born, to see a non-seasonally adjusted price increase in October. The non-adjusted price increase in October was 5.4%. We've got the chart pulled up in front of us. And Pops, I only wish my net income, my net worth, your net worth
went up like that.
What the? This deserves a very, very loud and proud.
Show me the money. Show me the money.
Yeah, I was going to say, Henry, from the data that we've seen, there doesn't appear to be any decline in what's going on at the auctions as far as wholesale values. They still seem to be going up. Now, we'll be getting another market update, I believe,
Black Book on Tuesday.
Black Book on Tuesday. So maybe from last Tuesday to this Tuesday, maybe we'll see some type of small decline. But I wouldn't be surprised if we don't.
Yeah, so I do understand the chart you're looking at, but the chart I'm actually looking at is the daily MMR retention. I think you can try to find that on Google. It's actually like basically if dealers are paying over MMR or below MMR. So from what I'm seeing on the chart, it's slightly above MMR, but it kind of reached the peak and having like a little tilt downwards.
So it sounds like, Henry, that would influence the sales rate at the auction. You're saying that the actual rate at which people are spending over the Mannheim market report value is starting to decline.
Yes, basically.
Got it.
Basically, dealers are having having that slight, they're not having that confidence no more, so they're actually paying a little bit over MMR. Before it was like over the roof, but now they just paying just slightly over MMR.
Let me ask you a question, if I may, Henry. At your dealership, have you seen any decline in retail asking prices?
No. So we have actually kept our retail prices, non-negotiable, to be honest. But the thing is, like, sales are really slow. We are getting less hit-ups from customers or potential buyers, and everyone's like, they don't want to go over a threshold for some reason. So hopefully, maybe there's maybe just a market adjustment maybe between now and December, just slightly, and then it might spike up by next year because of tax season and things like that. Dealers want to stock up their lots for tax season. So
God knows whatever slight, even if it's unbelievably slight, whatever decreases we can see is a godsend today.
And Henry, we appreciate you being a part of the community. Hopefully, if you want to shout out your dealership and where you are as a part of the YA community, hopefully you treat other YA community members well. So go ahead and go for it, and then we're gonna hop on to the next phone call.
yeah, so you guys can reach us. We're A&A Auto Sales in Leominster, Massachusetts.
Awesome. Well, Henry, thanks for being a part of the community, and thanks for calling in.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Henry. And now let's hope for Sweet Mace.
Pops, we have a tricker, a tick. Ah, man,
Wow.
I am strong. A ticker.
Yeah, I can see it.
Is that what that's
across
called?
the bottom of the screen? We got a ticker.
855-587-2886, extension 4.
You know what's missing? The talker, the TikToker.
The TikToker.
Yeah.
Hey, you're on with YAA. What's your name? Where are you from? What can we do to help?
Yes, my name is Karen, and I'm calling from Georgia.
Well,
Can you mute us in the background? That'd be super helpful. And thanks for calling in, Karen.
Yes, we're okay.
Awesome.
We're good now. Can you hear me okay?
absolutely. How can we help you?
Okay, I'm looking for a 2022 Hyundai Ioniq, and I did get a dealership that was willing to sell it to me for, and it's a limited, level. He was willing to sell it to me for MSRP, but then he called back and he said, but you have to finance through Hyundai for 4 months, at least 4 months. I was a little confused with that, so I kind of didn't know what to do, how to do it, if I should take it or not, or I already was going to do financing through my bank, and I got, really great price, 2.9%. So it's like, I don't know. Who knows if I can get that percentage then in 4 months too.
Well, if the dealer is doing what that other Toyota dealer was doing, which was forcing somebody to pay
Sign
back
a fake agreement.
Yeah, to pay back a discount if they paid off the car loan before 6 months was up. If this dealership doesn't have an agreement like that, and they say, well, you have to hold on to it for 4 months, and there's nothing that says that you really can't pay it off early, then just go ahead and pay it off early. You might also want to look at and find out if it would make sense, even holding on to it for 4 months, find out exactly what the finance charge would be for that 4 months. And if they're not charging you above MSRP, it still might be worthwhile, and then refinance it after the 4 months.
Okay. All right. I think I'll look into that a little further then with your guidance. So thanks a lot. I do want to say I really appreciate you guys. My husband and I listen to you guys all the time, and we've learned so much. I don't know what we would have done in this market without you guys being on and directing and helping all of us. We really appreciate it.
Well, thank you. That's very kind of you to say, and it just means a lot to Zach and I and the team to be able to help people out.
Good. All right. Thank you so much, guys.
All the best,
Thank
Karen.
you. Bye-bye now.
Ah, that was very sweet of her to say there at the end.
Yeah.
So we're waiting for Sweet Mace.
Yes.
That's
With a C, not an S.
Sweet Mac.
You know, Mace, MACE. You spelled it MASE, but
But
whatever. We're waiting for Sweet Mace.
But the phone lines are open.
They are open.
Feels good to open the phone lines back up.
It does.
Yeah.
And
Vincent's in the house.
And I can tell you that it's reviving me.
You're on with YAA. What's your name? Where are you from? What can we do to help?
Hi. Oh my goodness. Hi. How are you? This is Sweet Mace.
Hey, we did it.
Oh my God. Thank you so much. I'm sorry. I know that I was probably so annoying with sending so many messages. I just got so excited.
No, this is what we're here for.
How are you guys doing?
We are, Sweet Mace. We are better now that you are on the line with us.
And that's going to get tonight's first.
Yeah, buddy.
Yes. Thank you so much. Oh my goodness. I'm so excited. So my question, I'm from Southern California, so I'm in Los Angeles. And my question was about factory ordering. And my comment that I made, I'm taking videos on all of your videos. I apologize. I meant I'm taking notes on all of your videos. Like I have a Google Docs open right now that I'm just constantly adding to and pretty much listen to your videos every day. So my question just becomes about factory ordering. The video that I most recently watched was how to take control at a dealership and of course how not to. But I think that I'm still struggling with finding how to do that while doing a factory order, because I know that you guys talked about negotiating the floor plan assistance, the advertising assistance, and holdback. But what beyond that can I do to lower the MSRP? Luckily, I found a dealership who is, they sent me the build sheet and they actually included the invoice there. So I know to try to include the script about, I realize they're going to take the holdback from the manufacturer, which is, anywhere between 1% and 4% of the base MSRP. I really did take very expensive notes, but what can I do beyond that to get an even lower MSRP to further negotiate? I don't know how to apply those tips from how to take control to factory ordering. Also, excuse my voice. I lost it screaming at a concert.
Well, I hope what was the concert?
Well, technically it wasn't a concert. It was a club on Halloween and also Disneyland. But I'm just going to call it a concert because there was really good music. And yeah.
That works for me. I was going to say in this market, the advice that we have, where we go over holdback and floor plan assistance and advertising assistance, today it's going to be extremely difficult to get dealers to even be willing to talk about any of that stuff. And the reason for that, and here's the reason for it. Their allocations have been cut dramatically. If let's say normally a store would get an allocation of 100 units, well, right now that allocation might be 25 or 30 units. So if they're not going to have the same opportunity to sell as many cars as they have in the past, they're not going to be willing to discount them or sell them below MSRP, even if it's a factory order. In today's world, if you could place a factory order and they agree to sell it to you for MSRP plus no dealer installed accessories or packages that you might not want, that in today's world would actually be a fair deal.
That's like the new invoice. Back in the day,
as Phil said yesterday, MSRP is like the new invoice, and additional dealer markup is like the new MSRP. So the whole thing today, if you're trying to order, is to negotiate that you'll pay no more than MSRP, that they won't install any dealer accessories or dealer protection packages that you haven't agreed to. So when the car comes in, you say to them, please, when you write up the repair order for the PDI, stipulate that there will be no additional dealer items added to that car. And then you work the price off of MSRP.
Okay. I still think you should make a shirt saying, what is it? When you do the RO for the PDI, no accessories.
Yes.
No accessories for the RO for the PDI. Yeah, I wrote that down as well. Okay, so because of the climate that we're in right now, getting below MSRP is darn near impossible.
It really is. I mean, there's some dealers, if it's like Fords at the moment, there are some incentives on Fords where you can get a car below MSRP or a truck below MSRP. But in most vehicles today, if you're going to order because dealers have limited allocation, a lot of the dealers want to add the additional dealer markup to even an order. So if you can find a dealer that's willing to do it at MSRP without any additional items, you're ahead of the game.
And I'll chime in, Sweet Mace, that one of the real big benefits of the community that we've built is, again, as you're going through the process, people in the community have done similar deals like you're trying to do. That's where Space can come in, Phil can come in, Justice come in, Kimberly, or ourselves. As we're talking to other people who are working on similar car deals in your area, we can kind of give you a perspective of like what's good, what's bad, and also pressure tests. Like if the dealership says something to you, that's why the live chat's there, so you can be chatting with someone and get some support during the work week. So we're here to try and help, not just only on this call or in the videos, but in those ways too.
Thank you so much for that. I can't tell you how excited I am. And I truly was feeling so overwhelmed. And that's why I was like, God, I have so many questions. I don't really know where to direct them to, that you guys have just been so incredibly helpful. So I cannot thank you enough. And I am still disappointed with the way you said pico de gallo, but that's okay. We'll talk about that.
How should we say it?
another time?
You did
Pico
DM me your number, so
de-
I'll maybe we could do like a follow
Wait, she's
up.
trying to teach me how to
Oh,
say
she
it.
teach. I was gonna. Okay.
Pico de gallo.
Pico de gallo.
Yes, so close. There we go. You know what? That was beautiful. That was wonderful.
Does that get the
The Ray Shefska stick.
I'm so proud.
It's not bad for a guy from Philly.
Hey, well, best of luck with everything. Keep tuning in. Let us know how it goes, and we'll look out for a success story. Okay.
Absolutely. Thank you guys so much, and have a wonderful day. Thank
All
you
the
for
best.
taking my
Thank you,
call. I'm
Mace.
so excited.
See ya.
Sweet Mace, thank you so much.
So, Pops, let's do one final phone call. I got an Instagram DM.
Yeah.
I got an Instagram DM. We're on Instagram at here. Let me pull it up so that everyone can see.
We're on Instagram.
We're on Instagram. We're on TikTok. We're on Tumblr.
Tindler.
We're on
Tinder?
Tindler.
Tindler.
That's a new one.
Yeah.
Our jokes are getting stale, but you hit us with Tindler tonight.
Tindler. We're on Tindler. It's that new holiday one. Tindler. Yeah.
We're on Instagram at your Advocate Alliance.
Okay.
And I am at Shevska, and my dad is at Raz's Jazz. We have some very wholesome wedding photos on here.
Yeah.
So I got an Instagram DM just a couple minutes ago back at your Advocate Alliance, and it was someone, and it read this, Pops.
Yeah.
I got news on the West Coast wholesale market. Let me know if you want info from an insider. This is a gentleman named Nima, who's talked to me a bit in the past, has shared some other prior things that he's seen. He's a wholesaler.
Yeah.
All right, let's
Okay.
give Nima a quick call.
Yeah. No, absolutely. I think that makes all the sense in the world.
All right, so it's 1-800 38. 1 second, almost done.
Very cool. Okay. Hopefully he doesn't answer the phone. Goes. This is.
Hello.
Hey, Nima,
Hey, what's going on, guys?
your delivery's out front.
And don't forget the big tip.
That was quick.
Nima, it's Zach and Ray with YAA. Thanks for shooting over the Instagram DMs. Thanks for being a part of the community and tuning in. Do you want to share a little bit about yourself and what you're seeing in the market?
Yeah, first I just want to say thanks for all you guys do. You guys are awesome. I work with my dad for the last 20 years, so watching your guys' dynamic is beautiful. I love it.
Thanks, man. I feel super lucky to do this.
Yeah, very blessed. No, I just I got a lot of news coming from the West Coast. You guys were talking about MMRs and wholesale markets and residual values and retentions and all that, and this is just what I swim in every day. So just want to tell you guys, this market is really not going to change for quite some time. These dealerships and the lack of inventory, it's just that the hole is just so deep that whatever cars come in are going to get eaten up so quick. This is going to last for a while. I'd say at least another year.
Wow.
I've been wondering, Nima, on my end, and I've been really trying to think about it, and I haven't talked to my dad too much about it. What are the ramifications of this experience? Like, there's the acute, obviously we don't have enough cars, but what does it mean when you don't have enough supply to meet demand 12 months down the line, 18 months down the line, even when production on new cars comes back up? None of these off-lease cars have come back into the market. You've got the fleets at the rental car companies; those aren't going to make it back into the auctions. Like, I can't really wrap my head around all of the different. There's going to be like 10 factorial impacts on the market. That's a big number.
This has never happened. You can ask your dad. I mean, Ray, we've never had any crazy shortage like this. It's all been about growth every year. In the car industry, it's all about making more, bigger, better. We don't really take steps back in the car industry. So this is going to have huge ramifications, as you guys know. Lease returns, there's barely any going to be coming back for the cars that didn't get leased for 2021. It's just going to put a huge damper on just getting cars back into the circulation of the industry, especially here on the West Coast. We have, so many people, 35, 36 million people in California, and there's used to be so many cars. Auctions that used to run 2,500 cars a week are down to 700-800. So it's just really, really low.
I've got a question, Pops, but I'll let you go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, in all the years that I've been doing this, I've never encountered anything like this, and one of the things that always stuck in my mind is that manufacturers, they would always call the dealership and say, hey, we've got 15 extra cars. We need you to do us a favor. I know they're not our best moving cars, but if you could take 10 of those 15, then we'll promise you another 5 of the real hot cars coming. They were always pushing you to take more inventory. And now they can't even provide you with the inventory that you need. And I agree with you. The shortage is going to continue for another 12 to 18 months because, people don't trade out of cars every 12 to 18 months. They trade out of cars every 36 to 60 months. And so if you have considerably less cars being sold, well, there's going to be considerably less cars that will be traded in 3 years' time.
I mean, I think this is a huge reset button for the car manufacturers. I mean, before COVID, left and right incentives. Hey, give this guy more. Honda's going to give you more. Toyota's going to give you more. And they kept fighting, and it took years and years to get to that point where the customers just had their foot on the manufacturer's neck, squeezing them. And now they have the reset button. They can just say, hey, we don't have that many cars. We're not going to do any more incentives. This is it. So take it or leave it. And I'll tell you guys, the market is all supply and demand. I will tell you a little thing about what's going on the West Coast. I know wholesalers like myself, the market is so hot, they are going to the dealerships. But Ray, you're going to like this one. They're buying brand new cars, paying tax and license, taking the cars to the auction.
Oh my God.
Turning big profit. Ray, you never heard about this one. This is a good one. This will go down in the history books for our industry.
And Nima, that was going to be my question. Is like, where are the cars being even sourced for the auctions that you just told me?
Yeah, brand new, 2 miles, 3 miles on them. You're like, why is this car in the auction? Well, the guy went and bought it brand new, paid the full sticker and markup and tax and license and reg fees, and then he goes and brings it to the auction and makes 10 grand.
That's crazy. I mean, you would think that this shouldn't be sustainable. At a certain point, customers have to say, I don't need a car that bad. There's when,
and we're starting to see it. October was the slowest selling sales month of
for
the
new
year
cars.
so far.
And there was a time when I had a Golf Pro shop, and people used to say to me, well, do I need these big Bertha Woods? And I used to look at them and go, I don't serve the need business. I'm in the want business. The question is, do you want these woods? Okay. What needs to happen is for people to stop saying, I want a new car when they don't need a new car. And until that happens, then new car prices will remain high. Used car prices will.
It's happening though, Pops. I know you're preaching, but it's happening.
Yeah.
Like, again, we're seeing it. We're actually starting to finally see it.
But to what degree? I guess is the real
I bet
question.
you the November sales data when it comes out next month, it's gonna look really bad. There's just no inventory out there, and consumers are pushing up against
supply
it.
and demand. And as much as people try to hold back and say, hey, we're not going to buy, we've hit our threshold, we can't pay this much, it's too much. It's just the inventory is too low. Beggars can't be choosers. There's not enough cars out there. They're going to need a mode of transportation until the system in the United States can get amazing public transportation. We're all at the mercy of our cars and trucks to get us from point A to point B. There's only so long we can hold out.
Yeah.
And we got tax season right around the corner. Ray, as soon as those tax dollars come in, we're going to have to get cars and we're going to be selling cars. And with the shortage that we have now, I mean, the prices are through the roof. I can't imagine. I thought that we saw the worst of it 6 months ago. I can't believe the prices I'm seeing now. I mean, 2020 Honda Accords with 5,000 miles, MSRP is 26. They're selling for 35 in the auction
Oh my
over
God.
here on the West Coast. I mean, it doesn't even matter. Subaru's, MSRP 22 grand, bringing 32 grand with 25,000 miles on it. It is a crazy market, especially anybody who has nice cars, clean Carfax. It doesn't matter. And the retailers aren't making any money on the front end. It's all back end.
Sure.
It's all finance and what you can sell in the back. There's no money to be made.
Which is a good cue up, Nima. I am super proud. I actually will announce it right here. We're finally able to sell our YAA extended warranty, the vehicle service contract, with monthly payments. So no longer do you have to pay us all up front. I can't believe that AUL hasn't raised their prices yet. I expect that they will. I was running quotes all weekend because if you go to the website right now, you request a quote without a VIN and we can run it for you manually. It's going to happen. They're going to raise their prices. Everyone's going to have to raise their prices because everything's going to be more expensive. The car care literally just went live 5 minutes ago, probably talking about the shortages on all the parts things happening. I mean, like the impacts and implications of what's going on are going to be felt everywhere in this market. And it's awesome that we have this platform, Nima, where you can share what you have with too.
Yeah, you can count on it, Zach. Next year, prices on everything across the board will be up. I'm already seeing it. All 2022 models have gone up substantially. There's no way the manufacturers can make these cars at the same prices they were with all the supply chain issues. So, it's going to be a tough market. And unfortunately, we all just need cars. So,
Nima, I know one thing that's not going to go up next year, and that's probably going to be my dad's salary. I think we're actually going to, if it's okay, can we wind that back actually, Pops?
Oh my God, he's clawing back the money already, ladies and gentlemen. Jeez.
I signed paperwork for a 401k last week. Did I tell you about that?
No, you didn't start paying me till May.
Nima, thanks so much for calling in. Hopefully we can have you in again in the future.
No, we called Nima.
Thanks for letting us call you, Nima.
Yeah. And
yeah,
hey,
anytime. We sell a lot of cars out here on the West Coast, and we're at the auctions every single day, buying, trading, and anything. So if you guys ever need any West Coast information, give me a buzz.
You got it. Thanks again, Nima.
Really appreciate it.
All right, pal.
Take care. What a great community.
That's awesome.
It really is.
Where else does this exist in the world? I don't think it does.
No, I mean, and to get information like that from people that are out in the field dealing with it on a daily basis, letting you know what's really going on. And they're part of what we're doing.
It's awesome.
I mean, he hates it. You can tell, you can hear it in his voice.
Yeah, because they're literally buying new cars to take them to the auction. That's backwards.
Yeah.
Gil C, nice thoughtful donation. Thank you, sir.
Gil.
I sold my 4-month. Looks like thank you for your service as well.
Yeah.
I sold my 4-month-old Tesla Model 3 to CarMax for 30% over what I paid for it. Have another Model 3 long range on order to arrive by Christmas. Can dealers survive without overcharging?
Apparently not at the moment, but there should be a level of overcharging that is acceptable to both the dealer and the customer. And some of what some dealers are doing, I think, is above and beyond an acceptable level. Let's
be real though. I mean, we saw quarterly earnings, dealership profits were through the roof, but not because of their front end margin, not because of the amount of money they're making on the front end. It was because of F&I, finance and insurance profits were through the roof, which we'll talk about here in just a second. That's why I'm really proud of what we're able to do now. And manufacturers, with the exception of Toyota. Manufacturers, with the exception of Toyota, took it in the shorts last month or last quarter. Profits down anywhere from 40% over at Subaru to 24% at Ford, etc.
Yes.
So dealerships are kind of getting fat and happy, not because they're selling more cars, but because on the cars they are selling, there's more gross margin. A lot of that in the finance office.
Well, yeah, but a lot of it's in the additional dealer market.
Which, to be fair, since they're adding so many packages and products to that, some of those are F&I products that are being sold on the front end.
Yeah, absolutely. Required on the front end.
Yeah, required on the front end.
Yeah.
So this is what I'm proud of. Back on YAA, we have, if you go to the homepage or if you come to our extended warranty page, we actually are now able to do okay, what happens is if you fill this out like 2018 Audi and then just type in your model there, then I get a notification. Kimberly gets a notification. People on our team get a notification. Then we manually run your VIN, which I'll show you in a second here. But what we're able to do now, we're getting into the monthly game. We figured out how we can finance that and actually do it. That's going to be your peace of mind. Because you know what, Dad? You know what I did?
I'm your piece of.
You know what I did?
No,
You know what I did yesterday? On Friday. We had a quote request come through.
I know you went out for dinner.
I did go out for dinner. It was very
Yeah.
nice. We had a
Yeah.
quote request come through.
Yeah.
Hear me out here.
Yeah.
And the guy, we gave him his quote. He said, he responds back and he says, "This is a ripoff. That's so expensive." And I was like, "Damn, we make $500. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think we're overcharged." It was for a 2010 a Volkswagen GTI with 130,000 miles on it. And we
Yeah.
could give him a 3-year contract, and it was like total like $2,200, the monthly payment, whatever it came out to.
Yeah.
I went to olive.com, which is a
Yeah.
place where you can get monthly payments for extended warranties. They only go back to 2011. So I screenshot that. I was like, okay, olive.com, you can't even get a quote from them. And they're like almost the good guys in this space.
Yeah.
I then went to Endurance and I went to Car Checks. You know what happened next?
So you got a lot of phone calls.
I got a lot of phone calls because you can't actually just get the quote online. Understood. They want to do their sales process.
Yeah.
I called back Car Checks. I got the quote. It was $1,000 more than ours. So I screenshot. Well, first I had to call. So I snapshotted my phone 9 minutes into the phone call to show him that it took me 9 minutes to get the quote. And I told him the price and the term and everything. And then the other thing that happened is I got phone calls from SCC, S as in Sam, C as in Charlie, C as in Charlie. I never gave my information to SCC, Secure Car Care.
Ooh.
I also got a phone call from Protect My Car.
Ooh.
I called them back because I didn't know. I thought it was just Endurance calling me, but
Yeah.
I called back and it's like, "This is Jeanette from Protect My Car."
God bless her.
And I was like, "Who is Protect My Car? Who is Secure Car Care?" They sell your info to brokers.
Wow.
And then I got another Car Checks quote through one of the brokers because I was just having fun at this point, and that was marked up even more.
So who do we sell the info to?
We sold the info to no one.
Oh my God.
Like
stop
there are
it.
these like literal like fundamental rules of like, yeah, and Sid Luscious says it exactly. Yes, extended warranties are the cash cow for dealerships. It's ridiculous, man. I'm now seeing this business. It is
Yeah.
ridiculous. But like there are some like fundamental rules of just being like a decent business and human. And like
They
just
violate
just
all.
give people the freaking info
Yeah.
and don't sell their info. Like but I do want to demonstrate for the fine folks at home. This is literally the process that we go through. Let me just pull it up so everyone can see. So if you're gonna do this, let us do it for you. That's my big takeaway here. This is literally the screen that we see. Okay. You see this. We type in no VIN. You tell us what you had. It was a 21. It was an Audi. It was let's say an A5. We'll do a premium Quattro and we'll say it's a brand new one. So it's got 1 mile on it. It's got the Quattro, so it's all-wheel drive. This is literally what we see. There's the quote. All your different term options. So what do we do? What do we do? We literally just take this number, divide it by 36, and we send it back to you.
Well, do you add 500 to that, or is that included?
That includes our 500.
Okay.
So anyway, very proud. Very proud of what we're doing on that front. I think it's actually where we can make money, which is something we've struggled with over the past 2 years between the three of us.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, it's supposed to be a money.
I mean,
making
eventually,
operation. Yeah, it would
eventually,
be
we're
nice.
eventually.
Yeah, it would be nice.
We thought it was going to be the membership, but it's hard to sell a membership when like we can't help you negotiate that much. We can give you support,
Yeah.
but anyway. Long story short, if you're going to get a quote, you know somebody's getting a quote, give us a shot.
I like that.
I like it too, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the two guys on the page are kind of handsome.
I didn't see them.
You want to look at it again?
Yeah, one more time.
All right, let me. All right,
Yeah, just out of curiosity.
share screen.
Holy mackerel! For a couple guys in jeans.
That's
yeah,
not bad.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
No.
What's this guy doing though? I can't really tell. What's he doing? What's he saying?
I think he was saying, where are we going for lunch?
Where are we going for lunch?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Speaking of food, Pops,
Yeah.
I'm hungry for dinner.
Yeah. Well, that's because you didn't eat before this.
I am so glad to be back with you. This is so much more fun when we're together.
It is.
Any parting shots for the community?
Thank you. Thank you all. We doing this again next Saturday? No, you're running a race next Saturday.
No, my race. Yeah, my race is on Saturday, but I'll be done. It's in the morning. I'm
Oh,
running
okay.
another half marathon next Saturday.
Yeah,
In
I'm
Washington,
I'm not going to
D.C..
be there for that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sam says, Zach, your day is coming. You are adding value. I think so, man. The freaking extended warranty business is really gross and broken, and so I think we're making.
Well,
I think
so
we're
is the
making.
car business. The whole industry.
Yeah, but we
is-
can't. We're
Yeah,
trying to affect it.
Yeah,
but-
well, we're making some inroads.
Michael, don't feel bad for us. We literally raised $4 million in venture capital, so we're fine. But it's just like, eventually we gotta
It would be nice to take that $4 million
and like make it. Yeah, like
and
not watch it like slowly dwindle week over week. I have a spreadsheet where I track it. Like, yeah.
yeah. So
So that's
no,
why we got that conversation about
cutting my pay.
I mean, just a
clawing
little
it
bit.
back.
Just a little bit.
Son of a. Yeah. So there you have it, folks.
Anyway, we'll be back. We'll be back on Monday. Monday at noon. Daily
Yes.
news you can use.
Yes, and I promise to be there. 'Cause
Oh yeah,
I'm-
we'll be together.
Yeah, we're doing it here from the condo.
Yeah, and then
And then we're
Tuesday
going to
at the
drive.
office.
Yeah, and then Tuesday at the office, Wednesday at the office.
Yeah.
And then I'm coming back to the shore.
All right, Pops. Much love. Thank you for doing
Yeah,
this. Thank you,
thank you.
everyone, for being here. Sweet
If-
Mace, good luck.
Yes, good luck. Everybody keep us informed as to what's going on so we can share with all the members. And just remember, we couldn't do this without you, and we wouldn't want to.
Well said, Pops.
Yep.